Welcome, friends, to the Soul Talk podcast, a show where we explore and uncover the path to the heart, amplifying your conscience. Join me as we meet incredible souls who are in this journey and learn from their experience and different methods that will make you vibrate your heart. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. This is Monica Ramirez, Warrior of Love, and thank you for being in Soul Talk. Today, we continue in Pedapalooza, and we have another of our guests from there. His name is Robert Wilson. He's the Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. This is very interesting, right? So let's ask him more information about what he do. Robert, thank you for accepting my invitation. Thank you for being here.
Well, it's my honor and privilege to be here. And hypnoacuity is hypnotherapy, but I call it acuity because it quiets the thinking, memory, mind. It's something I've expanded into. To move forward in life, you got to quiet the memories that keep coming up from the subconscious mind from the past. And you expand out of the past in the present moment experiences, because whatever you're thinking about, rather than trigger, it activates the memory from the past, and you respond and react to your daily life the same way. And by expanding out of the vocabulary and things you use, Monica, you get to move forward.
I totally agree with you. I am a hypnotherapist also. I have heard so many comments, and me as a hypnotherapist, and I do regressions, that it is true that hypnotherapy can make you do like a dog or like a cat or like a snake. So I would like your opinion. I already have my own, but I would like the listeners hear your opinion.
Hypnotherapy is a higher awareness. It just relaxes and it opens up. For me, it just opens up a communication between the subconscious, unconscious, the past, however far back, to be released in the now. And all that other stuff is stage hypnosis. And that's done on purpose. And something a lot of people don't understand, hypnotists that picks up their stage, they know exactly what they're looking for. But the hypnotherapy you get for life expanding hypnotherapy, all that is about giving you, it gives you to give yourself permission to let go of the past without holding on to anything with any grudges.
Yes, I totally agree with that one. And I believe that no one can lose the control unless they want to.
That's the biggest fallacy about hypnotherapy. You're actually more in control of your life than you've ever been because you're aware. And one thing about hypnosis, you can hear everything. To me, you're actually more awake internally and unconsciously, subconsciously, superconsciously, and under hypnosis, or being in hypnosis than you ever are during your daily life. And to me, I don't know, I ask you this, Monica, when I go under hypnosis, I'm addicted. I love being hypnotized. It's just however long a piece you can have, it's sitting right there. And you get to relax in it.
I have heard that about tattoos. I don't have tattoos on me, but I have heard that people put tattoos like the one, the next one, and the next one.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Yes, it is. It can be addictive, but it is true that it is something that I have encountered too. That it can come to the point that it is easier to navigate with your subconscious than being in the conscious. So
Yes.
people we tend to, it is easier to navigate with that kind of level. So how what do you would say to that?
Very much so. What it really is it's open in files to be cleaned out that you'll never be able to do consciously, because that gatekeeper between the conscious and the subconscious would never let that occur, because it's going to hold on to that. And here's what a lot of people don't understand, Monica. The subconscious mind has no recollection. It just puts things in there and it throws it in a drawer. And it's embedded. And no matter how unsavory the situation is, the subconscious thinks that's your safety zone, your comfort zone. And if it's unsavory, the subconscious has no clue. It thinks it's your comfort zone, and that's what you desire in your life. And all hypnosis does is allow you to go in and have a spring cleaning.
Now, what do you say about those I have heard about many therapies that they do hypnotherapy that like the ones of the cigarette, that they try to implant something more that in the hypnotherapy, not only the cigarette, that stop smoking cigarettes. There are too many people that are doing right now that hypnotherapy to remove the vice of cigarettes. But at the same time, they implant like religion, or they implant different things. What would you say to that?
That's just immoral people.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
see, here's the thing, it's got to be impeccable. To me, you just hit on something. They go in to discharge of smoking, but what people don't understand, the body and the emotions got to be discharged at the same time. Because an addiction is emotions and the body, and it's the dopamine. When you first start smoking, it's the dopamine the brain puts out. That's what you have to get new. Basically, to break an addiction, you got to find a new, very best friend.
Yes, I agree. Because at the same time, when people have any kind of vice, and let's say drugs, alcohol, whatever, they're trying to numb the pain that they're having. And that's why hypnotherapy is very useful, right?
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Monica. But here's the thing: when you do like smoking, drinking, it was social. You start out to be fitting in with your friends. Then the next thing you know, that addiction is controlling you,
Mhm.
especially cigarettes, drugs, all that. Because, when you first started, it was something that excited you. Then it becomes the controlling thing. But your body and your subconscious mind have no clue that it's being controlled by anything. Then it takes over your life. And then your body is telling yourself, it's just like hunger. It's telling your body, I want this. And then you take that first drink of the drug or the cigarette, then the body says, thank you. And the brain doesn't have, in the brain and the body coherence there, they just think it's what you want or what you desire. And that's the way smoking and addictions work. And it's really before you go, if you want to quit smoking, lose weight or anything, you got to find a new best friend. You got to start looking for a new best friend. What are you going to like smoking? Let's just use that. You got to find something to do with your hands. You got to find something to do that's with friends that ain't smoking. And you got to find something to put in your mouth. There's a lot to quitting smoking. It ain't just, some people can just quit.
Oh,
But
that is if there's a social smoker. But if they're not a social smoker,
yeah,
it's not going to work like that.
no, but I mean, but you got to basically an addiction is a best friend. It's the only thing your subconscious mind trusts because it's the same every time. And that's where people, they start looking for it. And when you take it away from it, the body is actually rebellion and the emotions. But that's one thing, Monica, a lot of people don't never understand. It ain't just the thinking. The thinking's actually the easy part. It's the subconscious, but it actually also goes clear back to our ancestors. You know, the habits and stuff like that, the viewpoints, opinions. And then, one thing about people that have an addiction, they're going to justify that addiction every time. And smokers, to me, are the worst because they will justify it's my right. Then when they get sick, then they realize things.
They're right too.
Yeah, then it's your right too. Yes. But the thing about it, Monica, is this is what I've discovered, and you can tell me right or wrong. The only hindrances I have in my life are within me. And, that's why liberation. I liberate me from me, my viewpoints, opinions, and habits and beliefs. I'm free.
And I believe you have heard about Dolores Carter, right?
Yeah, I've heard of her. Yes.
Okay. She did a lot of hypnotherapy where she was connecting people with their past lives, with their higher self, or with extraterrestrials or adoptees too.
Yeah.
And do you have done that kind of work with your clients?
Yeah, I can do past life regression. And I can do all that. But Monica, I'm going to be something I discovered. If you stop talking about your past and stop telling the stories of your past, and I call it a nowography. You get into a nowography of a now I begin, now I won with fun, and you only start speaking, writing, and imaging the scenarios of your dreams and your desired lifestyle. Pretty soon the past starts erasing itself, and the inspiration and imagination within you expands you forward. Because it's a simple saying, I expand out of this to expand of this.
Oh, it can go to the point of origin before even the planet Earth, the
Yeah.
path.
Yeah.
Your higher self, for the higher planes, time do not exist.
Yeah.
So past or present or future is the same for them.
Yeah. And see, the super conscious, something I've discovered, Monica, this is my favorite thing I discovered. It's called the liminal lingo. It's a verbiage and words above your current situation. It's above the threshold. And you develop your own words and verbiage of your dreams and desired life and get out of the everyday life. See, like for me, I took change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, think, learn, know, and in other words out of there. For forgiveness, I use appreciation. If you can appreciate yourself and appreciate the event, you dissolve the event because you get the value and the wisdom out of the situation. That's what we're afraid to get, is the wisdom of the situation. Man, you want to talk about the most guilty person. I used to, when something unsettling happened, I'd go into panic fanatic. But I realized that it opened me up to understand the world is a guide, trial, and dare. When you want to, your dreams are going to guide you to the controversy, adversity, chaos, challenge, and unsavory events to feed your current way of life, to expand you, daring you to step into the liminal pathways to open up your superliminal scenarios of your dreams. And that's where I expanded my life as I got out of the mundane words I used. Because for me, I'm a union electrician, been 32 years. Transformation to me is step down. Because when we bring it into power into a building, it comes in whatever the PUD is, it's usually up around 500,000 volts. We step it down to 13,000, then down to 480, 277. And it takes so much more to do. If you can bring it in 500,000 volts, you probably use number 12 wire and power a building. And that's why when we do something, we energize it. I use energize instead of transformation because I want to turn it on.
That's one way to see it.
And Monica, it isn't for everybody. This is the way I expanded my life because I want to turn it on. So I energize it. But the thing I'll share with everybody is take the word change out of your life and use the word expand, because it takes the thinking memory mind out of moving forward. Because there's pain and change. Expand is grand to understand my life today, and I can expand into the new and the now.
So when you're taking people in your hypnotherapy, you don't take them where the trauma started, because that's the past.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. You're right. You got to go down and let them dissolve it. But here's the thing about getting rid of stuff. Give yourself permission to let it go and discharge. You can have them see right in the hypnotherapy script is you give yourself your subconscious permission to discharge and let go of whatever that is. But the last 20 minutes is all expand, energize, enterprise, expand, trend set. It's just raising the vibration. But they give you, the thing I like most is when they give me the place they like to visit most, the affirmation for their life, and something they desire to have in their life. And I'd say the last 15 minutes, I only concentrate on them three things. And I stop bringing up once we get it out, whatever that is. But I'd never spend a lot of time keeping them going back. You know how a lot of people keep you going back through it? Well, once they go through it, they're willing to expand and go forward. And that's true. But usually you get into that almost in the intake session too, a lot of it. And when you're doing the intake session, you let them tell you what they're there for, and then you get the affirmation to move them forward. And sometimes you get in the middle of the hypnosis and things they've been trying to hide through the world, it just comes.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest one is challenges with the family, where they fall into, they had an unsavory event with a family member. But you got to let them get through it.
That's the part that is chained to past lives, because in this timeline, they have the same issue with the same family member that they had in their past lives. And
Or else it was just reversed.
the same story, they've been repeating it.
Yeah.
That's something that I have encountered in my therapies.
Yeah. But and sometimes the one that the victim in this one was a perpetrator in the last life. But the biggest one is people that suffer from migraines. That could be from being hit in the head or being decapitated in a past life.
Yes.
And see, the thing is we think we come in this and we have different bodies, but we have a different body, but the soul and the spirit and the energy is the same. And it's really whatever we're here to expand of. Whatever I kind of believe in the contract and all this, but I'm here to expand myself out of the every life I've ever lived in this lifetime.
Oh, the majority we're aware, we don't want to repeat the same story, so we don't even want to be human anymore.
I gotta see, that's one thing I've done in my life. I'm not a human. That's anything taught to me in a book in the present moment. That's what somebody else wants me to be. So I'm a spiritual energy on a spiritual voyage, and I'm going to enjoy that.
Yes.
That human stuff come out of a book. Everything you learn in a book is what somebody else wants you to know, written by somebody else, them or their thoughts and the way they think you should live. So I give myself the right to listen for the clarity and comprehend the wisdom expands me in the present moment, and I'm okay with that. The rest of that can just kind of go its own way, Monica.
That is true. Well, do you have your last words that you would like to say for our listeners?
Yeah. This is a unique voyage, and you're on your own unique voyage, and you encompass a unique talent. There's no books, there's nothing in the world going to allow you to discover that except for you searching yourself and discovering yourself. You're unique, and your unique talents, imagination, innovation are in the liminal landscape. It's above everything you think you know, everything you've ever been taught. There's no school book, there is no books or no program out there that's going to expand you into your unique talent. It's something you have to discover and be willing to accept the trial and dare of life to get there. And one other thing, all the negativity that's going on in the world is asking us for our wisdom, innovation, and talents to raise the world out of the warmongering into the peace of ourselves. When you become at peace in yourself, there's peace in the world.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much. And do you teach classes on one-on-one, or do you do only therapies, or in group?
Well, I do many things, but I got an XpansionR every Monday night on Zoom. I do for 30 minutes, and I do one-on-ones, and I'm starting to get it. So I'm going to start doing. I call them XpansionRs instead of webinars, because me personally, Monica, I use no words that control me or contract me. XpansionR, expansion, energize. I want liberating words. Unleash, unlock, let fly, trailblazer, troublemaker, rebellious. I want the energy of freedom. It's called sovereign expansion. It's being uncontrolled by outside sources, and expansion is just freedom to flow. I'll give you the simple affirmation. Liberation is always in the flow of letting go, to glow of genuine, liminal, optimistic wisdom expanding through life with ease.
I like that too.
Anyway, thank you so much, Monica. This was fun. You're a very good interviewer, and it was my honor and privilege to be here.
Thank you so much, Robert, for being here. And thank you for all your listeners. This is Soul Talk. And if this helped you, please write a review and share it with your friends. We will appreciate that. Thank you so much. This is Monica Ramirez.